Apple hasn't updated the Apple TV in a long time, and that gap is starting to matter. Normally, this is the kind of product you don't overthink. You buy it, it works, and you move on. But when a device sits unchanged for years, the decision quietly shifts from what it does today to what might be coming next. Recent leaks suggest a 2026 update that focuses more on what's inside than what you see on the outside. That doesn't automatically make the current model a bad buy, but it does introduce hesitation, especially for people who don't upgrade often. So instead of running through rumored features or treating this like a launch, we're going to slow it down. What has actually changed about the decision? Who should still feel comfortable buying now, and who might reasonably wait? No conclusions yet, just context, so the choice feels clearer by the end. The current Apple TV 4K has been sitting on the same internal foundation for years. That's not unusual for Apple, but what is different is what's changed around it. Apple has shifted focus toward on-device processing, longer software lifespans, and tighter integration between devices. When a product doesn't move during that shift, buyers start wondering whether they're about to land on the wrong side of the curve. That's the real tension here, not excitement, uncertainty. So let's ground this. If you use Apple TV primarily to stream shows and movies, watch YouTube, rent or buy content, and occasionally mirror your phone, then the current model is already overqualified. Here's what the leaks suggest for 2026. A newer chip, more memory, possibly faster networking. For streaming alone, none of that changes the experience in a meaningful way. Netflix won't load faster in a way you notice. Apple TV Plus won't look clearer because of a new processor. Your TV's panel still determines image quality. Even rumors around 8K support, setting aside how speculative they are, don't materially change this category. Most people don't have 8K displays, and even fewer have native 8K content. So if streaming is your only use case, the decision doesn't suddenly flip because of leaks. The current Apple TV still does the job calmly, reliably, and without friction. Some leaks talk about stronger chips and better graphics support, and that leads people to extreme conclusions, usually framed as the end of consoles. That framing doesn't hold up under calm scrutiny. What does change potentially is the ceiling for Apple Arcade-style games and lighter third-party titles. A newer chip could smooth frame rates, reduce thermal throttling, support slightly more complex game logic. But that doesn't turn Apple TV into a PlayStation or Xbox replacement. It turns it into a better casual gaming box. If you occasionally play games with a controller on the couch without caring about ultra-realism, then a future Apple TV might feel meaningfully smoother over time, especially as games slowly push upward. But if gaming is a priority and you already own a console, the Apple TV doesn't replace it, it complements it. So the decision here depends on patience. If casual gaming matters to you and you're buying right now, waiting could make sense. If it doesn't, the current experience won't feel broken or obsolete. Apple increasingly treats Apple TV as more than a streaming box. It's also a HomeKit hub, a Thread border router, a background coordinator for connected devices. Leaks pointing to better networking hardware and more memory aren't about speed here. They're about stability. Over time, smart homes don't fail because they're slow. They fail because they become inconsistent. A newer Apple TV could manage more devices simultaneously, handle automations more reliably, stay responsive as ecosystems grow. If your Apple TV already acts as the backbone of your smart home, the 2026 update matters more than it does for streamers. This is one of the few buckets where waiting isn't about fear, it's about alignment. If your home setup is expanding, a newer foundation may age more gracefully. Some people don't upgrade often. They buy once and expect calm reliability for a long time. For this group, timing matters more than specs. Buying near the end of a product cycle doesn't mean the device stops working. It means you shorten its future runway. If the 2026 Apple TV introduces a new internal baseline, that baseline will likely receive updates longer, support newer software features, age more predictably. If you know you won't replace this device for many years, waiting becomes less about features and more about lifespan. This is a rational reason to pause, not an emotional one. It's just as important to say what hasn't changed. The leaks don't suggest a redesigned interface, a radical new use case, a shift away from Apple's closed ecosystem, a device that replaces everything else in your living room. Apple TV remains a focused product. The danger comes from projecting too much onto incremental upgrades. So the question isn't whether Apple TV 2026 is worth it. The question is simpler. What role does this device play in your setup? And how sensitive are you to buying near the end of a cycle? For some people, nothing meaningful changes. For others, waiting quietly makes sense. And the most important part is this. Either decision can be calm if it's grounded in how you actually use the device, not how leaks frame it. That's the lens that keeps regret out of the equation.